What would you like to add to the conversation?
Hey guys, I really appreciate you letting me get up here and talk. That was a great point made by Paige just now. I guess that really exposes kind of something I guess we haven't really been talking about is just black men probably need to fill that space to feel vulnerable in, and being around a group of other black men that you eventually get comfortable and vulnerable with. That's super important. So that was a really cool point. I wanted to speak towards what I think the young lady's name was Sean Jor earlier, and she was saying something about the normalization that's happening out of this marketing towards black men. I think she's absolutely right about that. It is to further an agenda, a narrative. It feels like more of a eugenic narrative. We don't have to get into that right now. Um, I will say this: it is a catch-22, even though it feels like there's normalization going on towards our community. It feels like there's sincerity that's meant for other communities. I take it sincerely, personally myself. I've been with my therapist for about 8 years, um, but it's easier for me. I'm a veteran, so I can go right over to the VA. It doesn't cost me anything. If I miss an appointment, that doesn't matter. Nothing. I'm at the leisure of being able to have these services, but I don't think a lot of black men feel like that's something they can leisurely have in their life.
Right.
And so I'm not taking up too much time. I'll end with saying this: therapy is not a destination; it is a journey. I don't like to call it mental health. I like to call it mental fitness, because fitness is something you do for life. So
I
I
like
would
that.
hope that we would approach it, that way, so that we can be more serious about it on a daily basis. Black men, wake up, affirm yourself every day, affirm yourself so that you can give that same affirmation to your family. I'll go on mute.
Love it.
What if your
Thank you
therapist
very
need
much.
therapy? I'm going on mute.
Shit. You're in bad shape then.
I got
uh,
an
Who else we got,
attorney.
Gary? Who we got,
welcome back,
Gary?
Mr. Weeks. What would you like to add to the conversation?
I think Queen Mo was up next.
Oh, go ahead, Queen Mo. I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Where
Thank
you
y'all
calling
for
from first?
having me up. I do, speaking of mental health, this is what I do. I have a company, I am my sister's keeper LLC, and started it about 10 years ago, and I noticed we needed help in just general in the community. And speaking around men's mental health, just talking to one of guys on an everyday basis is a good thing. So this is a good, wonderful topic to talk about. Then going into the topic of low cost and effective people to help. There is a lot of helpful people. I open up weekly rooms every Wednesday for women's group, and I open up more rooms every morning just to check in. So when it comes to mental well-being, it is an everyday process, but this is a wonderful topic, and we need to keep having these conversations on an everyday basis.
Hey, thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. And also, like I said, I don't want to encourage no fake therapist or no fake psychiatrist on here, but I do want to say these audio rooms definitely could be useful in terms of just venting. I don't want to be the person in charge of that personally, but there is an opportunity to use these rooms. So, like you said, a morning check-in or evening check-in, or just something when you get off work or put the kids down, whatever your situation may be. There should be an opportunity here on Fanbase from somebody, I mean, but somebody to open up some more mental health, or just it ain't gotta be like no real therapy session. I mean, literally just a bitch and moan session if you just need it,
Yeah.
instead of wind down Wednesday, wine Wednesday,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
whining about your day, your kids, your spouse, and just get on here and talk shit for 10 minutes just to get it out your system.
Yeah.
So
Nice
something to
safe
think, something
space.
to consider for somebody. Yeah.
All
Who
right.
else we got, Gary? I know we up on like 2-3 minutes left.
That's right. So we got Mr. Weeks, then Miss Fluid. Welcome back, and Von Harvey.
What up, y'all? Nick, you doing your big one with this one, boy. This is one of the rooms in our living rooms need to go talking women every single damn week, and because it is so important. And I say that as a person who ironically ended up with a damn degree in sociology. So I've been in the psych classes, the philosophy classes, the sociology classes, and then I'm from the project. So I've seen everything, you know what I'm saying, from the hood to the Wall Street area of the stresses that we can experience inside of this black skin. Because I'm understanding this is particularly Black history. I'm sorry, Black men's mental health awareness month, which I saw your post, Nick, and I thought it was funny because in June there was a men's mental health awareness month, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. So when I saw yours, I didn't realize it was Black men, so or Black people. I don't know, but anyway, this is something that I want to talk about because I literally live and die for this shit, and I do it with my family all the time. I do it with total strangers that I meet, people that I give clothes to, food, money, whatever. I spend that time with total strangers because you can't even imagine how many times people, like you talked about, the guy at the barbershop, do not get to get their word or get to be heard by anybody, and you get shunned because you look bad, you smell bad, what, etc. Anyway, so being able to give people somewhere to vent and express themselves and be heard, because it is so many pressures in this world. And the craziest thing is that a lot of this stuff gets echoed and started in our living rooms. And there is literally, you can have a language barrier when you go to another country. You can have a language barrier when you get into certain professions. But there's literally language barriers in our living rooms. And some of you guys talked about all the way back from slavery and times where, people were oppressed and you literally could not even express yourself as a black person on this continent and in this country because you didn't even understand the language. So with that never being really repaired, and a lot of us never even learned it, 'cause there's still people that speak Ebonics and don't know how to speak proper English. I can't talk on this all day, but I'll just say that because those language barriers exist and because those rooms don't exist in a lot of ways. And I love these podcasts that are coming up with people, the NFL players and the NBA players are starting to be able to express themselves because we don't have the funding. And I do think a lot of the movements that happen around blackness are hijacked efforts, and they do have a bottom line, like Duran said. I do think that shit is fake. However, this shit is just as real, even though those are fake and watered down efforts. And I'll land there.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
We're
Mr. Lee.
we're a little past 11 o'clock, but I know Miss Floyd was up here. I feel like it was one more person, somebody you named. I couldn't tell, but
Yeah,
I,
Von
I do
Harvey.
want I do want to wrap. So we're gonna let that be the last one or two people, and then we're gonna end this call. So go, Gary, whoever needs to go first, and then we rock from there.
All right, Miss Fluid, let's get it. Welcome back, St. Louis.
Hey, so I did have to step out for a little bit, so I hope you guys didn't already talk about this, but I'm a yoga instructor. I normally get about one or two men in my class, but I really see the benefits within connecting the mind and the body and releasing trauma through the body through yoga. And I do want to market to more men, but also as a woman, I don't always know how to market to more men and not get men who just want to sleep with me, like men who actually want to get, the help
Yeah,
that they
want the
need,
help.
and get
Yeah.
this healing. Yeah. So I just want to ask y'all, like, how would you approach it, or how do you think what's a more effective way that I could approach marketing to men where I don't look thirsty or attract that energy?
I would tell you, for me personally, I think it would probably take a man that I know. Like I said, if it was Isaac or Gary or Dean or one of the guys, Duran, or somebody that I rock with, and they were doing it, and they were like, "Yo, man, this thing has really been helping me." I'm probably more susceptible anyway to doing it, and I equate that to even when I started getting my nails done. That was always kind of like a feminine thing in my mind anyway. It wasn't until a couple of my partners was like, "Man, I gotta get my nails cut, gotta do this guy." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, shit, if he cool enough to get it, and he ain't feeling no way, all right, cool, I can rock." So I think it's probably more of a thing of probably getting at least maybe one or two of your male friends to kind of be ambassadors for you and what you do. That might help a bit, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, and it kind of keeps you out of the line of fire, more or less, right? Where it's not like you are inviting them personally, and it's a invitation to open up a door. You did.
And
Agreed. And
and
also just strong boundaries. Just make sure you have really clear cut boundaries and you have a really incredible platform that you plan on exposing them to, and just making sure like this is what we're here for and this is what we're not here for.
Oh, that was it
Yeah.
there, Gary. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, well, a lot of women, we just have to have an honest conversation with us because I mean the facts are the facts. Biologically, especially if we're heterosexual men, we're not in a relationship, we're going to be attracted to beautiful black women. Like so, it's for the women to say, look, if you know you can't control yourself in that capacity, you probably should go and seek help elsewhere because I solely want to focus on getting you good mentally. But here's the other part of that: if you're a single woman, that could be your next husband. So you have to find the thin line and actually balancing that out. I'm going on mute.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
not
so
wrong. You're not
real
wrong.
quick, Von Harvey, welcome to the stage. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Thank you for allowing me on the stage. It's a mental health group that I follow that was started here in Brooklyn called My True Circle. I think they're working on an app, but it's a mental health resource that I know of in New York City. One thing as well, I had started taking mental health services probably about 2 years ago, and I had like really specifically requested having someone that looked like me as my therapist. So I had a black female, a woman of color, as my therapist, and I definitely felt comfortable with at least opening up about anything that I was speaking about. So I do encourage that if you're going to take mental health services, you do speak about what your preference is and the service provider.
Thank you
I
very much,
love
my
it.
brother. Thank you,
Appreciate it.
black women. We appreciate
That's
y'all.
right. Hey, so look, it's 11:05. We're gonna wrap this call up, but I do want to say this. I appreciate everybody who jumped on. I think this was probably the most interactive call in terms of how many people we brought up on this stage and as far as how many hands was raised. And I'm not shocked at that, but I am a little shocked at that. You know, we've been doing this call for a while, talking about marketing and business and getting ahead and building your business and your brand and all of that. But this mental health call was the one that everybody wanted to chime in on. So that was dope. And we got a lot of women, as Isaac, specifically requested earlier. So that was
Thank
really,
you.
really, really cool. Yeah, thank you, women, for chiming in. Like, we needed to hear your voice and your opinions and your perspective. It's always welcome. So we do this call every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively right here on Fanbase. Please, please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are here. And we're gonna do this every week. We're gonna be here next week. I know next week is the week of Thanksgiving, but Monday we in here. So yeah, hit me, leave comments if you see the post on Twitter, here on Fanbase, or any other social media platform talking about today's call. Please leave feedback, retweet it, repost it. Keep the conversation going. And I will see y'all next week. I appreciate y'all, everybody on the stage, everybody in the audience. See y'all next week. Love.
Love. Peace
All right,
out.
peace.
Everyone.
Check out the new content.
we got some work to do as a collective. You know.
No, they got some work to do as their collective because there's a lot of them men that are like that, and a lot of them are them old heads who keep borrowing bad information to try to squeeze it into the present day that we live in. And young people are different cultures, and so you have to be able to, be a little
Sound like
more
you
assertive and
describing
be more
Yosef.
patient. It's really interesting. I mean, then you got another generation of men that are growing up and they have no point of reference but what they see on the internet. So now they're taking what they learn on the internet and implement it in real life. And just because someone is giving their experience or then read some cliff notes, you think that is the model to be a man, be a father, whatever. You got to find that stuff from within. And if ain't nothing in you, then you have good luck trying to do something with what you have. So it's just important, man, to even continue to be teachable. I mean, just in this conversation, we continue to learn things about ourselves more so than what we're hearing about somebody else.
Yeah, it got to be in you, not on you. Right. And what I meant by us as a collective is I still stand 10 toes down on that because
Man,
just like you said,
you ain't got to explain, man. I was just messing with you.
I know fool. I'm just for the ones that don't. Uh, like I'm sure I'm younger than bro, and you are sons younger than us, but we was learning from each other in that particular conversation. So that's the work I'm talking about.
Well, those that were willing, because you had some that talk about, oh, the youth doing this, the youth don't do this, and da da da, and don't even consider the youth voice at all. Some people wouldn't even interested to hear the young man speak, but they want to talk about the youth all daggone day. So those that were interested understand, like, hey, even this young man I can glean from. This young man is here to glean from me. But some people felt threatened by that, and you heard it because the first thing came out their mouth. It sound good. Yo, go to bed.
I almost sent his ass to the goo when he said that. I ain't going in front.
That was the most hurt dog response I ever heard one. Like, dang, man, that hurt so bad, huh? That hurt bad. I was like, the mic wasn't even.
It's
We ain't even pressed mute yet. It sound good. I'm like, what?
like, and I can't help it. I gotta say it. Fuck it. And you mean to tell me you work with kids, bro? Is that what you tell them? It sound good. It, Lord, help us.
The youth, all they got is what they see on TV and in the music. What all the culture is doing is replicating what we're doing.
It's the Fanbase Block Party, the livest audio event. Wondering about Fanbase? Check it. We're spilling all the tea on features and monetization. Hit the audio room titled Block Party at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday. You're in for our free raffle. Simply download the Fanbase app from the App Store, create a profile, and let's vibe. Hosted by Nino Black and the Lyricist Cafe. It's the Fanbase Block Party, the livest audio event. Wondering about Fanbase? Check it. We're spilling all the tea on features and monetization. Hit the audio room titled Block Party at It's the Fanbase Block Party, the livest audio event. Wondering about Fanbase? Check it. We're spilling all the tea on features and monetization. Hit the audio room titled Block Party at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday.